That's a Saturday, we're just on our way down to the gym to get a full body workout in, suited for martial arts. This is gonna take no longer than half hour. Short, sharp, to the point. Let's get it done. All right, so we're gonna start off with some stuff centered around the hips, loads of hamstrings, loads of glutes, getting the core integrated with that. So we've got a nice brace position with the ribs down, suited to keep in a strong position to be able to absorb shots while we're exerting force at the same time. Okay, so one thing I love about squats, especially for martial artists, is it forces you to realize this hip rib connection. Very important for anytime we're clinching, anytime we're bracing, thinking about repelling shots to the body. We want to be able to maintain that brace while still breathing. So breath control, rib control, core control is everything in squats, and it's everything in fighting. So what I love about hip thrust is the carryover to martial arts. It's probably one of the best exercises you can do for your posterior chain, specifically hamstrings and glutes. So when we're talking about extending the hip position to lock in our punches or our elbows or drive our kicks, it's all about what's going on this backside motion. Even when it comes to maintaining position, if we're clinching or we're grappling, ultimately my anchor is going to be this rear glute, heel driving down into the ground in order to create my strut, my brace. This is massively enhanced through this hip thrust exercise. Now I still like, even though there's all these apps and gadgets out there, I still love pen and paper. I write everything I do down in my book, keep a track of everything I do so I can see my progress and try to improve upon what I've done each session. But I've got so many of these books over the years so I can track where I was at whatever stage of life and kind of compare, try and beat my younger self. So any form of pull down or chin up is going to be hugely beneficial for martial arts. If we go palms towards us, which is a chin up, this is obviously massive relevance when it comes to clinching, when it comes to maintaining underhooks this side. If we do hands away, more like a pull up, or hands wide on a lat pull down, again, relevance to getting around the back of the neck. Anything where we're pulling an opponent into us, huge carryovers to martial arts. Anything you can do to benefit biceps, lats, get that chest position coming through and a strong neck as you do it, is going to have a huge carryover to grappling techniques in your martial arts. So as I'm doing this, I want to be thinking about neck position. A common thing you'll see is as people pulling, they start to roll downwards like this, tucking their chin and their upper back round. I want to drive my chin in, get my neck tall, my ears away from my shoulders, and be pulling with an emphasis on pushing my chest through in that position to open out my shoulders. And at the same time, every time on completion of the rep, I'm locking in this position with the neck. This is hugely important when it comes to clinch control. So whenever somebody's grabbing the back of your neck, we don't want that neck loose like this so that they've got control over where we're going. I want to have the ability to pull that chin in and have strength in my upper back to be able to get that neck back while my hands are engaged in the fight. But I need strength here in the neck and upper back. So really emphasize that whenever you're doing any form of pull up or lat pull down. So when we talk about the high pull, very beneficial one for your shoulders, your posture overall. But especially again, we're still talking about that clinch position, the ability to control this upper back and neck. If we bring it back to our sand chin, this ability to tuck the chin and extend through the upper back. Now when we're doing the high pull, I prefer that to an upright row. Upright row, internal rotation on the shoulder, gets a little bit pinchy. We already do so much of that in our fighting. So I want to use every opportunity I can to get that shoulder position open. The hypo achieves this by taking the hand out this way. Now, anything where we need to be, looking at throws, anytime we're getting an underhook and we want to elevate that opponent's shoulder through that underhook, we're gonna need strength along this lateral line. So this is an exercise you can do to improve both posture and that ability to raise and float the opponent. Okay, band pull aparts, when it comes to overall shoulder health, postural positioning, just health in general, the band pull apart, one of the most simple and effective exercises you can do. If you did hundreds of these every day, it would undo so much bad stuff that we do in our daily life. Too much computer, too much mobile phone, too much driving, too much sitting around. What we're working on is opening that position, getting the shoulders back, and just elongating that position so everything's nice and neutral. So we grab that band, a nice light one we'll do, we're about just over shoulders width wide, and then keeping a straight arm, keeping straight wrists, keeping our ribs down and our core engaged, driving our neck back, chin in. We're hitting this for 100 reps. It's gonna suck after about 50, but then we just keep plugging away at it until we're job done. And then to finish up our session today, we're gonna end off with 100 Thai style push-ups. The Thai style push-ups, the form police will be out in force in the comment section, no doubt. But we're basically little partial range, pulsing reps, bouncing through these. So in effect, they're kind of crappy reps, should we say. But what we're getting is that ability to reverse force. So put it this way, if I do slow, controlled, what we would consider reps with good form, what we're not getting is the bounce component at the bottom. Now what that gives us is that reversal of force, that ability to add a little bit of acceleration to the rep and then reverse that at the bottom. So this ability to quickly change direction with what we're doing, the ability to decelerate and accelerate as we change direction. So very relevant again for any close range fighting, especially relevant for our striking. Again, huge carryover to martial arts. So form police, I don't care. We'll do 100 like that, whether you like it or not. Okay guys, and that is us done. Start to finish in 35 minutes. Full body workout, very relevant to our martial arts. Got a little bit of a conditioning element to it as well, because we reduced the rest periods today for the sake of time, just to smash through it. Some days I have longer to train than others. Today wasn't one of those days. We just had to get it done. So in such case, reducing the weight a little bit, reducing the rest periods a little bit, but still keeping the intensity pretty high. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop us a little comment if you like this sort of thing, and we'll get more of this out for you. Try and build some relevance of your strength training in towards enhancing your martial arts.